Hey guys, what's going on? It's MajiinBae. Welcome back to the channel. It's Eternal. Lee got buffed. You knew this was coming. It is the Lee Sin video. Probably not going to do too many Lee Sin videos. It's in an interesting spot in the meta where it's not incredibly good on ladder. It's got some serious weaknesses, but it could be a very strong player. In tournaments, we've seen this before where Lee Sin is not very good on ladder and ends up being like the most dominant tournament deck. I hope we see that again. I love Lee Sin. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Who hurt you? Combo decks are fun. You should try them sometime. Anyway, if you're not familiar with the deck, maybe you haven't played Eternal, maybe you're new to the game. Lee Sin is basically a champion that says you cast 8 spells, he levels. When he challenges something, he kicks them, dealing damage equal to his power to your opponent's Nexus. And so what we do is we do this little cheesy thing where we pump Lee Sin's power up with Absolver, giving him Overwhelm, bringing him to 8 power, and he hits the unit with the kick for 8 damage, hits your opponent's Nexus for 8 more damage. If you put another 2 damage on that with, I don't know, maybe Wuju Style, or Shapestone, or second half of Sonic Wave, or anything like that, you're going to OTK your opponent, which is honestly just really fun. It's just really like combo decks. That's the deck. It's not too complicated. You've probably seen Lee Sin before. I figured we'd just jump on Master's Ladder, and we'll see how it does. All right, Evelyn Kale. Interesting. Likely a pretty non-interactive-ish deck, if you know what I mean, except for perhaps Sunburst, which we'll have to watch out for. I think we always keep Akshan. Any deck with Akshan keeps Akshan. That's just how it works. And I'm going to keep Shapestone because it's going to allow me to attack through things with Akshan. I want, like, after I found Akshan, I feel like I can keep one pump spell, especially 1 mana 1.
Good people don't look the other way.
We drew Lee, which is the second most important thing in this deck besides draw Akshan, because Akshan helps you draw Lee. Hey, look, Akshan.
Villains beware.
And our hand's looking pretty juicy. We're going to want to start casting spells here pretty soon. Okay, it's Siren Song. Bet. I didn't want to say, oh, it's probably Siren Song. But
Spirit gives to those who listen.
it's Siren Song. Haven't seen this in a bit. I feel really good against Siren Song. Unless our opponent's on like 3 copies of Hush. Even then, might not be enough for our opponent.
Tendency to get carried away. See what's beneath while I see what's inside.
I wish I had something to do this turn. I'm going to pass, and if my opponent just accepts the pass,
I love it when
what are you going to do?
scream.
Dogs, must we do this? Sorry for the barking dogs. Yeah, I think I don't want to take this. I guess it's fine. Quinn is very barky today. This really sucks. Okay, I want to cast something though. So let's just like do this, and then I'm gonna take the damage. But this is gonna allow me to like Sonic Wave, probably after one of the husks. Quinn, enough.
That was hot.
That's the one we're going after.
Let's keep going.
We don't need to play Lee yet, so I think we're just gonna go like here.
This is justice.
Here. Get the flip
Talk
going.
is worthless. We are what we do.
Maybe gain a little bit extra life back. So the plan is pretty standard. It's like, you know, get this popped, and then usually I'll just draw 2 and then try to combo from there. But our opponent could be on Sunburst or Hush, so I think we're going to have to take Spell Shield. +2/+2 and Spell Shield.
Waiting on her meal, ma'am. Best get
And go from there. Let's see what we hit here. We kind of want Absolver. Yeah, there we go.
Righteously reclaiming.
Let's grapple and hook this Husk just to keep things moving along. I have extra resources. I want to use them. We want to turbo into Lee as fast as possible before our opponent gets to do some like
without justice, but keep hope alive.
not so nice stuff to us. Pass. We don't want to let our opponent get to where they're attacking with Zulani,
I want more.
which will be on turn 8. So we're going to look to kill them on our following turn, if we can. Overwhelm is a pretty good keyword to hit, not going to lie. Kale, okay. So that's bad, because Overwhelm is like the literal best keyword to have on Kale. But I get to play Lee
Beware the dragon's
and not worry about Sunburst, so that's something.
Yes, I bite.
Sheesh.
Your lesson begins.
Oh, come now.
Just want to get this ticking down. Okay. And here we go. It's time to do the thing.
That was hot.
It's my turn. I draw. We're going to go Absolver 1, pop the Horde.
I fight with the dragon's fury.
+2/+2 spell shield. Here's an important part of Lee Sin. Is that even if our opponent stops the overwhelm part, let's say double hush, right? Or they stun him. Lee Sin
Strike firm. Prepare
will
yourself.
still kick. You can go like
In and
this.
out.
So it'll still remove the Kale.
Shut up and scream.
Okay, this is hush number 1. Oh, okay. Going for a buff is not going to help you. And that is how we Lee Sin. Oh, it's good to be back. Missed my kicky boy.
I thank you, dragon.
LeBlanc, Sivert, Reputation, huh? I'm assuming. Haven't seen this brand in a while. None of these are Akshan or Lee Sin, so we're going to ship them. Okay, there we go. I have an Akshan skin. I don't know why I'm like not using it. Okay, step 1, find Akshan. Step 2 is find Lee Sin. Although, I'm going to pass unless our opponent plays something on 1 to attack me, because I want a little bit more information before I predict. All right, we'll play the boy.
want to die?
Don't do terrible things. Looks like a great open attack. We'll get our trigger. Don't gotta worry about anything. For our opponent, like, gets to play units and stuff.
Carve a path.
Lee. Accepted. Now, we do play equipment as well. We have the bloodletters, which would have I definitely would have considered, but not over Lee. I think Lee's just like too important. Yeah. Okay. It's a lot of pump spells.
Business as usual.
I do believe I'm gonna do this. I want to like block with our 2/1, but chumping just isn't great. This deck doesn't actually play very many units, so you have to be very careful about leaving things on the board. You're gonna get attacked again, and you just might not have a unit to block with. We're just gonna go Akshan, send him in. I have a lot of pump spells.
Make it worth my while.
Okay, I'll be the first one. Let's go with Shapestone. I don't want to see like Whirling Death, because then I'd have to like deny it. I don't want to do that. Quicksand. Wuju 1/2 actually wins me this fight, barring
You cannot
anything
run
else.
from absolution.
Which I'm sure our opponent has something, but I like forcing them to do something again, right? And if our opponent has like a strike spell, and then we end up trading, that's fine with me, I think. Yep. We have this ticking down, and that's really the important thing. I also have another Akshan. Let's predict first. I might play him again, but I want to... Whoa! I forgot about this guy. I might play the other Akshan, but I want to see my choices first. Let's skip. I think this is a pass. Because I think we could set up Lee Sin lethal if I bank the mana. We let it go. We play Lee.
Force is meaningless without skill.
We can beat 2 strikes here pretty easily. I mean, I think we just go for it, right? Absolver, Wuju 1, deny up, like...
I fight with the dragon's fury.
Seems like that would be good enough for us.
Strike. Prepare yourself.
My Lee Sin jazz hands. Nice. Bang. Bang. Another casual 20 damage turn. We take those.
I thank you, dragon.
Ooh, Samira Akshan. This, I think, is the better Lee Sin deck. I think it's a bit stronger. I do want to keep these 3. Akshan, obvious keep. All-Terrain Trooper is because our opponent also plays the 2-mana champions, and if we can give one of them vulnerable, it puts us in a solid spot. And then Twin Disciplines, because it's on a 1-for-1 basis, beats out any of their pump. Right, so they'll have to commit 2 pump spells in order to match our 1. If I didn't have Akshan, I wouldn't keep it. Is that Heimerdinger? No, you guys can't see it. Like a little Heimerdinger on the table, I think.
excel at making heads turn and roll.
Yeah, I'm not going to play Akshan. So I'll pass. If our opponent attacks, then I get to go Akshan, All-Terrain Trooper, send it. I really don't think you want to attack here, my friend.
This should be fun.
Akshan first to
Good people
get the
don't
extra
look the other way.
tick on the landmark. And then, yeah, All-Terrain Trooper. I'll flip it up. We'll go Ambush into flipping it up because it counts for Lee Sin's level, which is very nifty. It does give our opponent the opportunity to play something smaller, but the only thing smaller in the deck is Forsaken Bukai. Ooh, all right, well, we do this. And I could just trade with All-Terrain Trooper. I think that's probably better
Is justice.
than using the card for Twin Disciplines. I think we can just do this. But I will Forsaken Bukai now. Looking for Lee. I'm going to take Noblefy, though. This deck does play a bunch of the 3-mana strike spells. The Akshan one. Grappling Hook. And this is just such an incredible answer to it.
Must be nice living off stolen
Same
coin.
thing. Do this. Flip it up.
Swipe it all.
Yeah. I'll offer the trade. Just casting the spell to get the Lee Sin trigger. See, that's an interesting one because I'm just going to let it go and then I get to come after it with Akshan. Perhaps our opponent's worried about getting beaten down. Or they're taking too much damage.
Villains beware.
We're a little, like, awkward on our stuff to do, so I kind of hope our opponent, like, makes things a little difficult for us. That way I get to cast spells. Yeah, so, like, I'll go here. And then we'll see what happens. I'd really like them to pump again. Okay. Now we have to decide what's better. Tag Out's obviously the more powerful card, but I really like the idea of bouncing our Akshan to our hand because it gets like 1, 2 triggers. It keeps him very healthy. And it uses more of my mana. And then I think, hope I'll be able to keep him safe with like our counter spells while we look for Lee Sin.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
What do you got, opponent? Another champ? Oh, deep med. Incredible hit. What do we hit here? Okay, yeah, I don't want that. Our opponent cannot glaive and then strike spell our Akshan. That makes me feel pretty good about nopifying now. I'm gonna skip. I just want Lee.
What was theirs is now ours.
I would accept Absolver because at this point we have a lot of power in our hands. A second one, sure. Now our champ's bigger than theirs, so even if it's like Samira,
We'll see which one of us is
we won't be able to
stronger,
come after
Akshan.
our
Have
Akshan.
we met?
And then we get to open with like Sonic Wave and
This
stuff.
is justice.
Old, yeah. Another deep med makes me feel pretty good. I'm gonna start with Sonic Wave. We're gonna keep it pretty easy here.
Villains beware.
Go like this. Try to clear out some of the board. Get our triggers. Leave up all our mana, and then we'll deep med afterwards.
Not like this.
Another Rite of Calling. This one didn't make any noise, though. That's kind of weird. I'm just going to deny it. I'm just going to say no, thank you. Get our trigger. Pass the turn. Okay. Was that 3? Our opponent casts 3 of them? That's kind of crazy that you play 3. I don't even play that card in my version. Coin I. Get extra damage on the board.
To those who listen.
Yep, I would like to take my turn. 6. It's got to be enough, right?
In and out.
This was a bit sloppy. I'm just supposed to dump all the buffs onto Akshan because he has Spell Shield to beat Quicksand. A second one. Nice, we win the Akshan Mirror.
One step closer to a world
That
without
Lee Sin.
villains.
Just basically Akshan carrying the entire game. What do we got? Is that Nidalee? Nidalee Yumi Nar, huh? Haven't seen any Nidalee decks in Standard. I'm going to keep Forsaken Bukai because I don't have Akshan. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just insane at drawing Akshan. This deck, if you draw Akshan in your opener, gets about 15% better, probably. Which is like a huge chunk.
Scores to settle, crooks
Our
to
opponent
kill.
could All-Terrain
You know how
Trooper,
it is.
take him out, but it's not important that we keep Akshan. It's just important that we play him in the first place to get this going. Okay, here's the Trooper. Kind of holding our opponent hostage here. If we open attack, they're free to do whatever they want. If we don't, they have to worry about All-Terrain Trooper. I couldn't have said it better myself. They play Prowl. They could play Shapestone. So just in case, I'm going to come at him with a 5-2 instead of Akshan because I don't want to lose Akshan. It's just not worth it. Why take the chance? Then I'll probably pass. We can either deep med, Forsaken Bakai, or both on the following turn. Aw, man. Alright. Akshan's gonna go down.
Not like this.
Okay, let's see our draw. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for yet. Do I need more pump spells? Do I need some kind of... Okay, well, I definitely don't need more draw. But I will play a blocker. I will take Akshan. Our predicts have been insane. And I will deep-med. Which I actually don't know if it just shuffled Akshan away. I don't think it does. But we're going to find out. And then we're going to pretend that it was for science purposes.
Gouge them.
I've been gouged. Ran him aside, but I have the Gwen Chibi and TFT. And oh my god, I love it so much. Alright, it does not remove it. That's good news. 2, 1. Yeah, I guess we can play him.
Good
We have
people
Notify.
don't look the other way.
If we didn't have Notify, I don't think we could do this. Quicksand? I'm just gonna pass. You know what? No, I'm gonna play Forsaken Bakai and then I'm gonna pass probably. Happy to take a second Lee Sin. 1, in case thing goes wrong, and 2, because Sonic Wave's good. But I am just gonna pass here. We can notify the spear if we want to when that comes about. I always predict cards, and then when I draw them, I go, ooh! Like I didn't know. Oh, interesting. Okay, we can get Lee out here.
Only I can endure the dragon's fury.
Give some barrier. Ooh, okay. A lot of units.
In my pack, die by my claws.
Wow, great level up.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
Don't like that I lose to like Pokey Stick. Like if I block Nidalee and I barrier him and I get Pokey Sticked, we're like so sad. Opponent's already shown that they have Pie Toss. So I think we're just gonna do it like this. I guess we'll still lose them. Because then they would spear and then they do it.
Act free of doubt.
So let's live life on the edge, huh? If we had 1 more mana, I could hold up Notify, and they don't have it. They do get to hit me, but I wasn't about to commit Shapestone too and then just get like blown out for no reason. We'll go ahead and predict. Absolver. Unlucky. Skip. I was kidding about the unlucky. I've hit every single one. We've been fortunate. Doesn't even really begin to describe our predicts. We have double place your bets, which is really awkward. That spear looks cool. So we're probably going to play defense for a turn. A little bit of this. Looks like defense it is. Flip. Get us a barrier.
I fight with the dragon's fury.
What I mean by defense is that we're going to develop our board a little bit and just kind of look a bit scary. So we'll do this. We'll do this.
We're not taking it.
I'm
We're
now
taking it back.
ahead on board parity, let's say, right? But if our opponent develops into us, I get to just kick whatever they develop, setting them back again. So it entices my opponent to pass. If they pass, I'm just going to end the turn because all we want to do is get to turn 9 and kill them. It gets really easy to kill them if we get one more attack token. Our thing's going to flip. I'll have more cards. I'll have more resources. Lee Sin's already flipped now. And if they're not able to use their mana efficiently this turn, it's going to be hard for them to put enough pressure on the board to threaten to kill us.
My lands.
I think we kind of have to go after that because if it's Avenging Vastaya, it can ruin our combo for the following turn, which really sucks. Yeah, I figured it wasn't, but you have to make sure. All right, we do get some chip damage in, which is going to make it so much easier for us to actually like deal with them. Okay, now they get free reign to play stuff, which I don't love. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. Another one, huh? I think that's going to be just a little bit too much for us to handle. Yep. We don't quite get there.
Their heartbeats quicken.
We need our one extra turn. It went a little too wide. This deck is very kind of exploitable. You've seen me kind of steamroll people, but it is quite susceptible to going wide, especially with burn.
We still survive.
Fiora Galio. All right. I was actually thinking about showing you guys this one in a video. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. We'll keep the boy, obviously, and then we're going to be doing a bit of chump blocking in this matchup, likely, so I am going to keep Forsaken Bakai. Might even just play it on curve on turn 1, depending on if they play the O2 or not. The new 4-mana 0/4 Formidable that pumps all the Formidables everywhere is very strong. Looking for cheap pump spells. Twin Discipline, Shapestone. There we go. Oh, but Palm is incredible. That's what we needed in the last game a little bit. I'm going to take Palm. Our deck is, like, filled. Oh, I'd love to trade. Our deck is filled with cheap pump spells. So I'm going to take the one that we have less of.
Good people don't look the other way.
We have Sonic Wave for turn 4.
Beware.
No Broadwing? That's good. I like no Broadwing. Don't have to worry about anything going after our mans here. I will do this. And then we'll just send in Akshan, put the onus on our opponent to do something. The good thing about attacking formidable units with quick attack units is that your quick attack is going to hit first. So,
In and out.
I know you're like, well, that's just how quick attack works. But if our opponent gets this up to be 3 or whatever, then it would go back down to 1, and it would only deal 1 damage to Akshan. So they have to get it even higher to be able to like strike back effectively. That's the card I'm talking about. Balin the Benevolent. Good old B-Max or whatever.
Eye patch.
You like it?
From Big Hero
I mean,
6.
Shut up and fight.
I think we'll just pass. Ah, that is that is unacceptable. The other line besides Palm is Sonic Wave something, make a 5/2. We're gonna kind of do
Fixing
both.
the world one scoundrel at a time. Your attack is obvious.
Now we got the Horde ticking down, which is good. This deck will not have a lot of answers to Lee Sin. I don't have Lee Sin yet, but I'm hoping to rectify that. Skip. Some of those are good cards, but... Okay, I was going to say. Some of those are good cards, but we really need Lee Sin, and we have like 4 spells here, basically, right? Alright. Let's cast this first. Let him know we mean business. And then we got protection. And then we'll slam in.
Justice.
I don't want to block. I don't want to cast anything this turn. I don't want to be forced to like spend all my spell mana. I want to go into next turn with spell mana. So I can play Lee Sin and have barrier protection up. And other things. Ho ho. Okay, so Twin Disciplines lets us like attempt to not do enough. That was dumb. I guess I'm committed. Now I might as well go for it. I was supposed to just let this go. But I was like, oh my god, he does 4. And then it only hits back for 3. But Akshan has 3 health. Yeah. Pretty expected. I really should have just let that go. But we were going to get hit hard. 6, 10, 11, 12. If they have the heal 4, I might die for my mistake.
Come on, then. Let's get to fighting.
Okay, wait a second. If I just play one blocker, we die. That's not good. Because this drags, and these go up to O10s, and then I die. That is not good. So I guess we deep med looking for like palm. Huh. Huh. That doesn't help me.
I fight with my spirit, not my fist.
I needed 1 more mana for that.
Right.
Man, oh, the Akshan play lost me the entire game. Oh, I should have just let him go. I should have just let him go. All right, I am going to cut it there because we're at a nice 200 LP, and I think it's funny when we end on a loss. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Love returning to Lee Sin. For those of you who I'm sure are wondering, there is currently no solid Targon Lee Sin variant because Zenith Blade nerf is really bad for the deck. And we still never bounce back from the Eye of the Dragon Crescendo nerf. But Akshan Lee, really fun. If you enjoy this style of play, I highly recommend checking out the Akshan Samira video that I did a couple days ago. I think it's really good and plays very similar. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. See you next time.